Everybody prays. And you don't have to be religious in order to pray. If you can think, if you can create forms, images in your mind, if you can create concept in your mind, if you can desire something in your mind, create all of these imaginations, shapes in your mind, you are already praying. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. You are creating, you're attracting, you're building, you're designing, you're creating life, you're creating your environment, you're creating your experience by a virtue of your ability to create shapes and forms in your mind. Have you ever desired answers to your prayers? Well, James told us something profound thousands of years ago when he said, you pray and you don't get the answers you desire because you pray from the wrong place and you pray for the wrong purpose. Well, James wasn't asking you to pray more. He wasn't telling you to pray faster, slower, or more fervently, rigorously, or praying harder. That wasn't what James was referring to. James was inviting you to the layers of praise. He was inviting you to the third layer of prayer. The third layer opens up a new channel of recognition, and once seen, you can never go back. Layer 1. This is petitioning, and most people spend time praying from a place of confirming the very lack you're trying to escape. And Job once said, the very thing that I'm scared of the most has finally caught up on me. And when you are in this type of setup, especially in religious setup, you are actually asked to pray against sickness. And you pray, God heal my sickness. God healed my sickness. Take a step back and think about it. You're asking, you're begging for God to heal your sickness. What exactly are you doing? You're confirming. You are confirming the very thing you are trying to escape. By confirming that you are sick, you're creating the very image of sickness you are actually trying to escape. And this is what James was referring to. You pray from the wrong place. And that is why you don't get the answers to your prayers. Someone is ill and you pray to God, you're begging God to heal sickness. You're basically reconfirming the very thing you are trying to escape. In layer 2, it's a bit different, but not far off. In layer 2, you are actually no longer petitioning or confirming the very thing you're trying to escape. But guess what you do here in layer 2? In layer 2, you're actually having affirmation, I am healed, which is great. I am well. I am healed. But you see, in layer 2, a lot of people also spend time here to visualize and spend energy, momentum to hold on to this vision of perfection that they have created mentally. In layer 2, you are actually creating forms with your imagination, with your thoughts, and this is how you're praying. I am healed. But you have to hold on to this image as long as possible until you see your healing happening. Again, this is layer 2. You're basically using your ego to get consciousness to provide you the very thing you desire. You are creating from a place of separation. And again, you are confirming that there is a separation between you and that which you desire. We will look at a few examples of how Jesus prayed. And let's look at layer 3. In layer 3, you are not petitioning, you are not affirming, you are recognizing what is. Praying simply becomes the recognition of what is already there. Oh, you remember the story of Jesus when he had 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes. He gave thanks and 5,000 people were fed. How profound that is. Praying is the recognition of what is. Praying is the recognition of what is already available. Why would Jesus give thanks and 5,000 people were fed? He recognized, and guess what? Gratitude becomes the language of prayer. Oh, you remember another story? Lazarus, Jesus' friend, had died a couple of days. He was away. Oh my God. When he came back, he stood in front of the tomb. Do you remember what he said? Father, I thank you, for you continually hear me. Wow, Father, I thank you. I want you to look at that closely enough. For you continually hear me. You see, there is a state of continually abiding, staying in continuous recognition of what is available to a point. The only thing you have left is gratitude. Father, I thank you for you continually hear me. Going forward, you will begin to recognize what has already been provided for you. You are healthy. You are life. You are peace. You are joy. You are happiness. And the only thing left is that outburst of pure joy, pure gratitude for the recognition of what you truly are. When Jesus says, God, I thank you, this is a thank you. This is gratitude from a place of recognition. It is the pure presence of life, recognizing life. Praying is the recognition of what is. And if there is any language that is left to be said in prayer, it is gratitude. And I understand a number of you will have to fast and pray. Train yourself to pray. And that's by all means great. Some of these activities requires you to pray to a place of recognition of what is. And that's okay. Praying to pray. Praying yourself in order to pray. Praying yourself in order to recognize what is. God, I thank you for you continually hear me. The recognition that that very thing you are trying to pray for has already been provided for will result into gratitude. Manifestation happens when you recognize what is. And I'm going to say that again. There is no manifestation of any miracle or answers to prayer without recognition. And when you actually recognize that which has been provided, one thing and only one thing is left: gratitude. And my challenge for you is, let praying becomes effortless. Let praying becomes the recognition of what is. And let praying becomes a celebration, an outburst of gratitude for the recognition of what has been provided for you. I challenge you to start resting in recognition. Until next time, remain blessed.